By now, you've uncovered a lot. In episode 2, you started to find your values. In episode 3, you began to question whether what you want is really yours. And in the last mini episode, we uncovered the truth about survival-based goals and what happens when you're chasing approval instead of living from alignment. So now you might be thinking, okay, if I'm not chasing what they want anymore, and I'm not performing just to survive, then who am I really? That's where we'll go next. Maybe you've said this before. I feel like I should have more clarity by now. But what if you're not behind in your understanding of yourself? What if you're just still unfolding piece by piece? Not because you're missing something, but because no one ever showed you how to see what was already there. You haven't failed in your clarity. You just never been shown your full reflection. And for the first time, you're being asked to stop polishing a life that never fit you and start chiseling that one that was always meant for you. You're not hopeless. You're becoming. And the real you is not missing. The real you has just been quiet. It has been quiet beneath all the noise everyone wants you to believe. You don't need to find yourself in another country, another career, or another relationship. You need to start seeing the signs of yourself that are already showing up every single day. In this episode is about giving you a gentle map to start doing that. Self-awareness doesn't have to start with journaling for hours, knowing your deepest childhood wounds. It's just inquiring about yourself. It's about asking yourself simple questions that help you find the connection between you and the world. Let me share a question that may answer those parts of your human interactions that feel confusing. What kind of person frustrates you the most? People who are rude? People who never listen? People who always have to be right? That frustration is also a mirror. It might be revealing your unmet boundaries or the parts of you that still need resolving. It might be your suppressed voice or your deep value for harmony. You don't need to judge it. You just need to notice it. Your reactions are a map. They're always pointing back to something about you that wants to be seen. Now, let's go even deeper. Who and what you attract in your life is not random. Every person you attract, the emotionally unavailable partner, the loyal friend who always shows up, the opportunity that fell into your lap, the criticism that shook you, the attention you didn't ask for. These are all reflections of what you believe about yourself, of what you're still learning, or of what you're finally ready to stop tolerating. This doesn't mean everything is your fault, but it does mean your life is trying to help you see more clearly. You attract patterns to become conscious of what your unconscious is about. This is not punishment. It's revelation. You're not being attacked. You're being invited to awaken your true self. If I ask you, what do people thank you for? What do they comfort to you for again and again? That's a clue. Maybe you're a calm presence in chaos. Maybe you make people feel safe. Maybe you ask the hard questions no one else dares to ask. Your natural gifts leave trails. So even if you don't have a name for who you are yet, you're already showing signs of yourself. You are the masterpiece, but like a statue trapped in a stone, your real self is hidden beneath layers. Who you thought you had to be. So, how do you chip away what doesn't belong? You listen to the answers. If you admire someone's honesty, that might mean you've been holding your truth to keep the peace. Chip away that silence. If you're drawn to people who are free, but you always feel stuck, that might mean you've been following rules that were never yours. Chip away that fear of disappointing others. If you always attract people who don't choose you, that might mean you still don't fully believe you're worthy of being chosen. Chip away that self-doubt. These answers aren't here to judge you. They're here to show you where to carve away the lies so the truth of who you are can finally breathe. Carl Jung once says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Your emotional reactions, your attractions, your repeat patterns aren't meaningless. They're messengers from the part of you that haven't been fully seen. And once you start noticing them consciously, everything changes. Albert Bandura, the father of self-efficiency theory, found that your belief in your own ability to create change matters more than your environment. People's beliefs about their abilities have a profound effect on those abilities. Carl Dweck's growth mindset research adds to this. It's not who you are now. It's who you believe you can become. So yes, you might be leaving behind the life you weren't taught to want, but the one you're moving into isn't a gamble. It's a return, and science agrees. When you trust in your ability to grow, your outcomes change. Let me tell you a quick story about a woman who felt invisible to herself. She had checked all of her boxes: marriage, motherhood, career, but every day she woke up feeling like she was walking through someone else's life. She appreciated all of the moments she played in roles as a wife, a mother, and a good employee. But she noticed she didn't know what role she played for herself. She felt everyone had a piece of her except her. When she finally slowed down and started noticing what made her feel most alive, she realized it was the late night talks with her sister about the natural healing remedies. It was the journal she filled in secret, the thought-provoking podcast she listened to on her drive to work. Those weren't hobbies. They were breadcrumbs. A year later, she decided to bet on herself, and she started a podcast on her own to help people discover the best natural remedies for their conditions. She no longer felt abandoned by her self-neglect. She felt heard by the one person that meant the most to her. She finally started validating who she was meant to be, listening to herself. You don't have to know everything about yourself, but these questions will help you start recognizing parts of you that have already been speaking. I'm going to share 5 questions you can ask yourself for a deeper understanding of yourself. Who do I admire right now, and what about them evokes that admiration? The purpose of this question is to uncover suppressed or unexpressed aspects of yourself. Why does this matter? This question helps you notice qualities you may long for, not because they're missing in you, but because they are buried within you. Admiration is often a mirror of dormant or denied traits. If you admire someone's boldness, it may reveal where you've silenced your voice. Question 2. What do I notice or care about that other people seem to overlook? The purpose of this question is to highlight the unique way you see and experience the world. Why does this matter? Your sensitivity, your attention, your instincts to notice what others miss, these are clues to your deeper self. These questions uncover what matters to you, not what you were told should matter, and points to values and gifts you might not have recognized that were important. Question 3. What kinds of people or patterns do I keep attracting, and how do they make me feel? The purpose of this question is to bring awareness to reoccurring emotional loops and subconscious beliefs. Why does this matter? The patterns are messengers. By recognizing who or what keeps showing up and what you feel about it, you can start to see the beliefs you're unconsciously reinforcing. Example, I always attract people who take advantage of me. I may point out to a belief that you must earn love. Question 5. When have I felt the most at peace being exactly who I am? The purpose of this question is to connect with moments where you felt whole, safe, and unmasked. Why does this matter? This question helps you remember who you are beneath the pressure to perform. These moments are like emotional fingerprints. They leave clues about what kind of environment and self-expression allows you to thrive. You don't need a perfect answer. You just need to give yourself time to get to know yourself. Pick one answer from the questions above that felt the most surprising or emotional to you. Write it down. Sit with it. Ask, what might this be showing me about the version of me I am becoming? You don't need to label it, define it, categorize it, or understand it intellectually right away. You don't need to say this means X about me or rush to fix it. You just need to let it breathe. Allow the emotions, insights, or realizations to exist without judgment. You don't need to stuff it down or solve it too fast. All you need to do is sit with it, feel it, let it move through you gently. Here's a mantra that can help you regulate when you're feeling low on self-compassion. The mantra is, I'm not lost, nor do I need to be found. My only task is to truly see myself with greater honesty, deeper gentleness, and fuller acceptance than ever before. Remind yourself that you are not falling behind in life. You're truly moving forward. You are emerging your awareness to see the masterpiece that you are. And the best part, you don't have to go on a quest to search for yourself, because the version of you you've been waiting for has been here all along, just waiting to be seen. And today, you chipped away one more piece of the stone, and for just a moment, you saw it, the outline of the masterpiece that's been hiding beneath all along. Not someone you have to become, but someone you've always been.